Hey there. What are we up to today? Let me turn this camera up there a little bit more. Yep. I think that's probably pretty good. Oop. I'm a little out of practice. I almost crashed. Almost crashed before I got out of the driveway. What are we up to today? And I was kind of looking for, I shouldn't need an excuse to get out and exercise on my bike. I've still been walking a lot. I haven't been riding my bike. Can't tell you why. Here's what's up. My excuse for getting it out. I'm going to Brenham Fitness Center. And the reason I'm going to Brenham Fitness Center is to sign up to get me a membership. And why today? Well, they're running a special. It's, I think I read $28 a month plus tax. They posted on Facebook. I believe it's their 20th anniversary. And I think that's just the 20th anniversary of the current ownership or the current rendition of that place. Because that's been there a lot more than 20 years. Special for their 20-year anniversary. They're actually having a party tonight at this location. They got a big parking lot over there, to understand they're going to have a little car show and music and food, and I don't think I'm going to stay and party because got dirt car racing at Farmer City tonight. My boy Tyler Erb was, they practiced yesterday, and there's a report out that he was the fastest car in practice, and that's cool. So right now we are entering the campus of Blinn College, which is pretty cool. I love Blinn. My wife graduated nursing school from here. They have an LVN training program here, and she had intended to go on and become an RN or maybe even higher, and health issues got in the way of that. That's a long story for another day, but she was never able to accomplish that goal. So my oldest daughter, Lauren, picked up that baton. She graduated from Blinn and became an LVN, but she has gone on to not only, she's a level above an RN, she's has a bachelor's degree in nursing, a BSN. And my other daughter, Sarah, she actually works here on the Blinn campus. It's a beautiful campus, and they must be making a lot of money over here. They are steady building new buildings, big, nice buildings and dormitories and all kind of stuff. One of these days, I think I'm going to make a video about, I'll come to Blinn, and I have found this little map, and it shows what all the buildings are, what they do in them and all that. There's the W.L. Moody Jr. Library. I think we know what they do in the library. But yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. And one thing I saw that I kind of caught my eye is in one of the buildings. It's one of the athletic department buildings, and that's where the esports team trains. I am not kidding you. And I have found that this is not uncommon these days for universities or colleges to have an esports team. Just like they have a basketball team and a baseball team and a football team, they have the esports team, the gamers. And it lists on Blinn's website like the 6 games that they compete in against other colleges. And I am in the process of trying to find one of those fellows. Hopefully the coach. Yep, they're part of the athletic department, and they have a coach. I wonder if they have a trainer, you know, that gives like hand massages and, you know, thumb and forefinger exercises. I don't know. I shouldn't make fun of it. There's the deal. So I read that some competition in Japan that was live streamed last year got way more people watched it than watched the Super Bowl. So it's big time stuff. And there are kids these days, and that's their aspiration. That's how they intend to make their living, is playing games. That's just what a world we live in. So back to the fitness deal. I'm going to go over here and sign up to get the discount, whatever. And I believe you get even further discount if you sign up for a year as opposed to going month to month. And why am I signing up to a gym? If you watch my channel, you know that I have a good friend named Ken Darden, and he has 23 Fitness in downtown Brenham. And Ken is my personal trainer as well as my friend. And I will not change my schedule or my visits to 23 Fitness in any way. It's just that there have been a number of days since I started. I added to my life recovery journey, I call it, my attempt to get fit. I added working out, lifting, and there have been days, like say on a Sunday afternoon, I want to go work out. Well, Ken not only has the fitness center, he's also a pastor of a church. His Sundays are pretty busy. So, and some days Ken has to, we are at the fitness center, so he has to make deliveries to deliver equipment that he sold or go pick up equipment he's bought. And he doesn't have a big staff, so he has to close up shop to go take care of his business, and I get that. That's what he needs to be doing. And anyway, this is just a second option. 23 Fitness will be my primary, and this will be my secondary fitness center. So I'm gonna go get signed up, and I'll be back. Okay. I took the key out of my bike so nobody would abscond with my mode of transportation today. So we're going to need that key again to go. And we're going to turn that on. And off we go. Alrighty then. Today, this morning, I met the Sock Monkey and Minnow, my friends, for breakfast. We had some delicious food at Daisy's Mexican Cafe, and we went to an estate sale. In that estate sale, they had advertised that they had vinyl albums, which, you know, I'm interested in, right? I'm always on the lookout for garage sales or estate sales that list that they have vinyl for sale. So go over there and look at it. I found about 4 or 5 albums that I really would have liked to have had. And your typical vinyl album, it's in good shape, not all scratched up or anything, is $1 or $2 at an estate or garage sale, yard sale, whatever. And if they're 2 or 3 or even $5, if one is like in near mint condition, if it was very well cared for, and the outer cover is not scratched, you know, or worn, and the inner sleeve is still there and in good condition, I'll pay $5 for an old vinyl album of music that I like. But these people wanted, and these albums were not in great condition. I would rate them as good or good plus at best, and it goes from good to good plus to very good plus, near mint. So you get the idea. Those are the grades for albums. So these were way down on the totem pole as far as condition, and they wanted like $8 and $10 a piece for them. A couple of them I may have paid $10 for if they were in mint or near mint condition, but I was not going to. Anyway, got shut out there. So I got on my phone. You know, I got skunked there. So let me go see if there's any other sales going on. It's Friday, so Fridays and Saturdays are big days, you know, for those type of things. And sure enough, there was one, and I went out to it. There were more than one, but the one that sounded the most promising, I went out there, and they didn't have much. And it wasn't really any of the kind of things I was looking for. But I walk in this trailer, and there's this small suitcase, and inside of it I see there's baseball cards. Well, what the timing of that, I mean, what a coincidence. I haven't even thought much about trading cards, baseball or football or basketball trading cards in a long time. I do have a drawer, the bottom drawer of a chest of drawers, and another container that have a bunch of old cards that my wife and I collected in the 90s. And it wasn't something we kept doing. It was sort of a short period of time that we'd buy some cards, and she would buy some at some garage sales or yard sales. We'd pick up a pack or two at Walmart and not open them, a lot of them. And eventually I started watching a channel. It's A Surfer. A surfer is a guy from Hawaii, and he makes some cool videos. He goes out and swims with turtles and, you know, snorkels, and I guess he surfs too. I haven't seen that video yet, but he's a surfer, and he's into cards, and he has introduced me to what they call ripping. And apparently ripping is a pretty big deal these days, where they go online live stream and rip open packs of trading cards. So I sent him a box of some of the old cards I had, but they weren't unopened. You know, there wasn't like a surprise inside, but he really liked them, and that was cool. So anyway, in this suitcase is a bunch of unopened trading cards, and one of them is this big long sleeve of unopened trading cards. All right, cool. Well, the other night in a stream, I mentioned one of the cards that I sent him was a Nolan Ryan trading card, and he was talking about it like, oh cool, Nolan Ryan. And I typed in the comments, Nolan Ryan is my cousin, which he is. He's not my first cousin. Nolan Ryan is, I don't know, my second or third cousin or something. I'll tell you, this is how Nolan Ryan's aunt and my grandmother were first cousins, however that works, something like that. My Grandma George, she explained it to me one day, how I was related to Lucy Bell Ryan. Lucy Bell was Nolan's aunt, and anyway, he's a distant cousin of mine, but he's a cousin of mine. So the Ryan, if I go back a couple of generations in my family tree, you get to the Ryans. So anyway, looking through this suitcase, and lo and behold, what is there? A Nolan Ryan autographed baseball. And I know what it is because I have one. Lucy Bell Ryan, my grandma's cousin, got for me when I was a teenager, I guess. I don't know how old I was. She got Nolan to send a baseball for me, to autograph and send me a baseball. And what it is, it's this baseball that he signs for to raise money for Little Leagues. That's the one I have. He signed it, so you know, I have his signature on my ball, and I recognize that signature. It's his signature, and it's on a ball just like mine. It's one of those that he signs as a fundraiser to raise money for the Little League. And the one I have was to raise money for the Little League in the area of Alvin, where he's from. But anyway, there's no documentation or anything that says where and how this ball, how it came about. It wouldn't have any value, because if you can't authenticate an autograph, it basically has no value other than to the person that owns it, if they know that it's legit. And I have no reason to believe this ball is not legit. I would not doubt that that's exactly how it came about. Baseball is big in Brenham. Little League baseball is huge, so it's very understandable how that would come to be. But so I've prattled on quite a bit and rode farther than I needed to get where I need to get. A Surfer, I may be sending him another package there. We'll see about that. And yeah, so I think that's it. I have rattled on. I'm signed up to the gym though, and it's mission accomplished. Now I'll go do some editing and maybe get a video posted and watch some dirt racing. Sonny's all right. I had to stop. I want to be sure I didn't run over Sonny, or Sonny didn't crash me, and I would have to go to the hospital and stuff. You know, that wouldn't be good. Okay, signing off. Sorry about that. So I almost had a crash with a dog. Had a little interruption there. So I'm going to tell you now that I'll see you later. God bless you.